you live in Reston. I mean, what's the lifestyle like? What's it all about? What does Danilo Bogdanovic do in Reston that's so cool? Tell me about that.
Um, Personally, I love Reston. My parents live in Reston. My wife's parents live in Reston. A lot of her family lives in Reston. It's a town where you can go outside and see trees and animals. You can get on your bicycle directly out of your door, your garage, make a few turns down some streets, get on a bike trail, go bike 25, 50 miles if you wanted to. There's a bike club. There's people jogging. It's the lifestyle is very much a active lifestyle, providing you with great dining afterwards, so you can go do 50 miles on a bike and then go eat some great food at the town center or local restaurants, local businesses, stuff like that. It's basically made so you don't have to leave. And they're very much into small business. If you go to the smaller shopping centers like South Lakes Village Center, there's probably half of those stores are mom and pop local businesses, family owned or privately owned, not franchises and not chains.
Huh.
So
okay, all right.
Yeah, it's very much, if you go to Reston Town Center on almost any weekday happy hour, you'll see it's completely packed. There's people everywhere. It's very much a go work there, play there, live there type of town.
It's unique in Northern Virginia. Let's be honest. I mean, we just don't have those kind of areas, right? You're either at work or you're at home.
Yep. The closest area I can think of is Arlington, the corridor I was talking about, which is the Courthouse, Clarendon, Boston corridor on Wilson and Clarendon Boulevard. That's the closest thing to Reston in this area, and that was specifically kind of morphed into that because of the metro. People could live there, take the metro to work, come home, and then also, go out there. Where Reston's even more unique because people don't even have to leave Reston to get work, because there's a lot of businesses in Reston, and even call it the East Coast Silicon Valley.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a huge employment center, and the idea, the truth is, you're really closer to all of those things you're talking about with the bike trails and the job. You're much closer to being kind of outdoors if you want to go be active in Reston than you are in Arlington, right? I mean, you just are. Yeah, and I mean, once the metro's there, it's a difference of 15 minutes if you want to get downtown. I mean, it really isn't that big a deal. So, for the most part, it seems like Reston might be even more desirable from my perspective than living in Arlington.
Personally, I agree, and I know many that would agree.
Okay, all right. Well, we're agreed. That's it, folks. Go get yourself a place in Reston and call Danilo.
And we may also see some people moving out from Arlington to Reston for the exact same reason that you just mentioned.
I think that's absolutely going to happen. I'm sure you're absolutely right about that. And so, you talked a little bit about the dining. I have eaten out in Reston, obviously, multiple times. You know my stature, so I eat. Not so much with the 50-mile bike rides, but probably that would be good too. So, tell me a little bit about that. What's the best places to eat out there? What else can you do? Are there things going on that are fun, that are nightlife kind of deal, or?
Well, you are definitely talking to the right person about that. My wife and I are huge foodies. Yelp.com loved me so much they made me an elite member on Yelp. We're actually enjoying our dual income, no kid, DINK status until we have children here in a few years. So we can tell you all about restaurants and where to go. Honestly, it depends on what type of food. I can tell you that we love sushi. And the best sushi restaurant that we have eaten in the entire D.C. metro area, including Maryland and downtown D.C., is right in Reston. It's called Ariake.
Wow.
We never thought that it would be the best sushi ever, but it is. There's excellent seafood at Passion Fish. There's the Morton's in Reston Town Center. There's a really nice family-owned place called Cafe Sano in South Lakes Village Center. Has excellent, healthy Mediterranean food. So any type of food that you like, Reston pretty much has it. And then as far as going out, Reston Town Center is notoriously known for their happy hours. So if you want to go mingle, have a drink, relax, have fun, Reston Town Center is the place to be.
And it's 2 minutes from pretty much everything in Reston.
Correct.
Okay, all right, that's good stuff. So you don't have to go back out after a long day's work to go have fun. You can just do it right at home, basically. right? I
Yep.
mean, you're there already. That's
A
awesome.
lot of people just walk downstairs.
Well, and how about those condos out in the town center? I mean, tell me about those. What's going on with that?
Well, they've done a pretty good job with those condos. They have everything from the little bit less expensive ones, and I don't say inexpensive because honestly, Reston Town Center is not inexpensive, all the way up to the concierge 5-star service high-rise midtown condos, which are sometimes double or triple the price of the other condos. But you have all those different choices right in Reston Town Center. So whatever your budget, whatever your lifestyle is, whatever you need, they have it as far as condos. And they're building more in Reston Town Center, and there's also plans for development of many more condos in the future once the metro comes out.
Okay, well, you said something interesting. I mean, here you are. You're a guy who spends a lot of time selling houses, selling condos, right? You're in the real estate space, been there for a long time, know what you're talking about, and you say, they're less expensive, but they're not inexpensive. My initial thought is, well, nothing in Northern Virginia is really truly inexpensive, especially in real estate. But let's talk a little bit about that because my thought, based upon our conversation, and maybe I got the wrong idea, but I'm sure you'll fix it for me if I did, is that what we should see with the metro coming in with whoever the winner is and developer, they're the winner of the development process is obviously going to develop something that is going to increase the value of the local area. With all those things, I started thinking to myself, well, here we are. We're in the midst of what's been a fairly negative consumer confidence kind of period, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've got massive development getting ready to happen. We've got metro coming to the area. People haven't necessarily been buying, therefore driving up price as fast as they would have in a more positive environment. So okay, it's not inexpensive like living in Culpeper, Virginia. We accept
Correct.
that. Okay, but it's
Do they have condos in Culpeper?
I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe I'll find out one day. But the reality is though that if you've got all these things going on together, so you got massive growth coming, you got massive development coming, you got the metro coming, but you got negative consumer confidence over a fairly long period of time up until today. Here we are, 2012. Elections are behind us. All of these things are getting ready to happen in Reston. Has the price been built in? Has the change in price been built in for all of those things that we're talking about? Or really, are we saying it's not inexpensive by today's standards, but there's the potential for something much different in the future? And I don't want to put words in your mouth. That's why I'm saying different, not bigger, smaller, any of those things. I'm just asking the question. As a real estate professional who specializes in Reston, what do you think?